So the Kid LAROI obviously just gave us his debut album the first time over a week and a half ago now, and he already said that he has his foot on the gas and he's been working on a new album for 2024.
I was in the studio today. I've already started working on the next records. I'm just not trying to stop. You know, I took 2.5 years off, and like I'm happy I did it. It was needed, but like I think now I'm just in such a space like creatively where like all I want to do is just make stuff, and all I want to do is just keep applying pressure.
As well as there's many tweets of LAROI saying that there's gonna be a new project in 2024, so later on we're gonna discuss what that project might be. And in the meantime, until that project, we know that LAROI will be giving us a deluxe album to the first time. LAROI tweeted out on the night of the album that the deluxe that will be coming out is gonna be 10 songs long and will have some of the songs that we want on it. Some of the songs that we want on the project that didn't make the original TFT were Heaven, Pick Sides, Lose Control, and even Pain Addict if he chooses to finish that song and put it out with Corbin. And we're not exactly sure when this deluxe is coming, we just know that it's soon, so hopefully it's before the end of the year. I still think that the 20 songs of TFT that we have right now is one of the best albums this year, and by far, and I'll stand on this once again saying that this is by far the best project LAROI has ever released. And if I'm being honest, I'm glad we're getting more music from LAROI. I would almost prefer just getting the new project instead of deluxe, just because I like the original album so much more, but I guess I can't really complain about getting more songs. And some of the songs that I want to see on the project when we do get this deluxe is I'd love to see an official release of Rich Boy with Nardo Wick, even though it did leak. Same old shit, that snippet's really fire. You also have the Random Idea Untitled snippet from recently, which I thought was really cool. The Numb and In Pain snippet that's kind of old is one of my favorites as well. I'd love to see that release. Off the Lot with Glaive would be a really fun release in my opinion. I just want an official collab between the two. I'd really love to see it. And lastly, I wouldn't mind if he even put Stick With Me on the project, but I'd love to see that officially released. I wish the world could hear it because it is one of my favorite LAROI songs to date. And if we do get any more features on the project, we know that they could be pretty random. Hopefully we can get like a Post Malone or a Olivia Rodrigo or a Justin Bieber or something. I think those are the features that I want to see the most out of LAROI. And before I jump into what LAROI's next project is going to be, I wanted to discuss a couple things about TFT and this album post-release. There'll be alternate covers and vinyls. They're just going to come out in the future. They might even come out, you know, with the deluxe as well, so we can get the full thing. And the next thing I want to talk about with TFT is the first week sales, because those officially came out. The first time we'll be debuting at 26 on the Billboard charts, and it sold 28k units first week. And remember, when I talk about sales on this channel and everything, the quality never equals the sales. It never ever will. I don't care if my favorite artist sells 5 copies first week. If the album is good, then I'm gonna say that it's good. But with that being said, I think that 28k was pretty low. I know LAROI can do higher. He has in the past. I expected it to be higher, at least like 50, 60k or something I was predicting. But I think the number one reason to why this was so low was just because how long LAROI took. It really affected the album sales and a lot of the hype around the project. I feel like LAROI lost a lot of the casual fans who are big fans of his hits and paying attention to his music constantly. And that's why I think today's age in music, unless you're like a solidified GOAT in the game, one of the top rappers, pop stars, whatever, if you're solidified and been around for a while and you know you have tons and tons of fans, then you're fine. You could probably take breaks, and you see a lot of those legends in the music game do that, and they're completely fine with it. Someone like LAROI, who's still a fairly newer artist in the last few years and only released a few projects, I feel like he doesn't have that solidification yet to where you can just go take a big break. Because he waited so long, this album is so good. I feel like we got the best album possible right now from LAROI. But to talk about this new album that LAROI has been working on in 2024, we know that he's been writing a ton.
But the beauty about that is I'm writing so much more than I ever have. Like, I already wrote like what I think is maybe even the intro for the next album.
Hopefully it's that concept record Scum he was talking about. Almost a year ago, he announced a new project, a new idea, and I'm not expecting to get that project anytime soon. Again, we have to focus on getting the deluxe album first. It feels good as a fan to see LAROI working hard, wanting to be in the studio, pumping out as much music as possible, not gonna take another break that long again. I'm glad that he's aware. Going back to the sales from earlier, I think LAROI could sell higher with his next project. And finally, with this deluxe and all this new music LAROI said he's working on for the next year, going into the next year, starting in February, early February, LAROI will be back in Australia doing a big arena and stadium tour. The tour will also have Australia's rap group 1-4, which is really cool to see. We know they've had a song in the past, and I feel like that's the perfect opener for LAROI back in his home country. Very excited to see in the future, you know, what we get from LAROI. We can speculate on his next album, you know, further down the line, but for now, we know we have the deluxe coming soon. Hopefully it drops before the end of the year. I'll make more updates if I have to on LAROI. Until then, I'm just going to be enjoying one of the best projects this year with The First Time. I have a Twitter, Instagram, go check me out there. Thank you guys for watching all the way to the end of the video. Peace.